Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Mega Evolution, specifically the sealed products when it comes to not only base set, but Phantasmal Flames, Inferno X, the Japanese set, and the future sets that are planned to release like Mega Dream and Storm Emeralda. But first, let's just go over the base set. Happy release day guys. Hopefully you guys got some product to rip or just to keep sealed. Personally, I was able to rip some and I actually pulled the Gardevoir. Was really happy about that. Gonna send that to PSA because it looks very clean. But beyond that, I really just got one from Pokemon Center, the booster box, and so I bought another one for around 280, and I think that brings my cost basis to a pretty good amount. I'm kind of happy with what I have right now. I'm not looking to buy too much more, especially since I've heard that they actually cut the amount of boxes that they're gonna put out on the first wave by 60%, and they were going to release the other 40%, I think, like next week or in the coming weeks. So I would definitely be on the lookout for another wave hitting the market. And I'm kind of curious why they chose to do this. I'm also curious to know why they decided to split the enhanced and non-enhanced version in a kind of weird, I think it's like an uneven way too. I'm not sure if it's like 50-50. Very curious to see what you guys think about enhanced versus non-enhanced. Personally, I'm on Team Enhanced. I think it makes no sense to buy a booster box that doesn't contain a promo. In my opinion, the ones with the promo are going to be ripped more because people just want the promo inside, right? So I'm going to be buying as much of the ones with the promo and just keeping those sealed as I can. The enhanced version, same with Journey Together, obviously. I'm kind of going in that direction. And I'm kind of curious what you guys think about enhanced booster boxes. Is this a move by Pokemon to try and make the booster boxes more collectible? Because typically booster boxes are meant for card shops to just kind of display and to give out packs in a more efficient way. However, it does seem like with the addition of a stamped promo, it doesn't really make sense for a card shop to be opening that. I mean, unless they're just trying to give the card shop an extra promo to sell, it makes more sense almost that these are like supposed to be collector's items now. And so maybe this signifies in my head they're actually looking to reprint booster boxes in a significant way for the Mega Evolution era, or for boxes that have the enhanced booster box. I don't know though. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they're gearing towards collectors. Maybe they're not. Who really knows what the Pokemon Company is going to do? But regardless, the price of this is absolutely insane. We're still in a market where everything is above MSRP. As you can see, it dipped a good amount. Pre-release was around 350, 340, dipped around to around 280, and has actually been spiking back up to 310. Recently, you can see current sales are around 310. Although you can find boxes for around, yeah, it is actually looking around $300, kind of minimum here, which is unfortunate. But I would kind of just wait, guys. I think there's going to be another wave that they're planning to release, as I mentioned earlier. So if you're looking to buy into the set, I would wait then. And also, I wouldn't buy too much. I wouldn't really, put down a lot of money into the Mega Evolution era just yet. I have a feeling that in 2026 or in some of the coming months, Pokemon is going to really gear up production of new sets and really try and hammer home, new print quality, because this bull market has been lasting what longer, almost a year at this point, right? And we're reaching, the Surging Sparks anniversary pretty soon in November, I think, when everything started to take off. And I think after a year, Pokemon Company probably realizes that, hey, this isn't a temporary thing. The floor has been raised, and there is just too much demand right now. So I would kind of hold on a bit. I don't think you need to build out your entire position in Mega Evolution right at this instant. I know it may seem that with the way Journey or the way Destined Rivals is moving, there's a lot of FOMO right now in terms of, hey, I need to get in before it just jumps up in price. But I would definitely urge you guys to wait a little bit, at least until the second wave drops, to really build up an allocation. I think buying a box or two though it's never going to hurt, as I did myself. Now to move on to Phantasmal Flames. So weirdly enough, this is not going to include the Mega Gengar EX, which I think was a huge missed opportunity, especially given the fact that he's on the box art or on the pack art. I don't really understand why they did this. I have also been seeing some weird posts on the Pokemon TCG subreddit where people are actually pulling Phantasmal Flame hits in their Mega Evolution base set packs. So someone pulled a Mega Lopunny EX in a Mega Evolutions base set pack. So this tells me that they're printing, Phantasmal Flames a ton probably already. And so clearly something is getting mixed up there. But In my opinion, I think Phantasmal Flames it might be one of the most printed main sets as of recent. I do think Pokemon has been trying to increase the print capacity each new set, and so I'm gonna guess that Phantasmal Flames it really has been just printed into the ground. In fact, they might have even made the decision to pull Gengar from the set because they feared that it would cause too much hype or something. I mean, I could definitely see that being a conversation, had at the Pokemon Company. Who really knows what's going to happen though? And so, I heard some rumors about the 3 million UPCs that were supposedly printed. But as always, guys, do not buy the pre-release prices. Even with Mega Evolution base, buying the pre-release prices was just, you're paying $50 more, even if you did pay pre-release. It just doesn't make sense. I would wait for this to dip even further. And so yeah, people have been saying that this has been printed like what? There's like 3 million copies or something that Pokemon Center printed. I was not able to hit the drop on this, unfortunately, but I think this is an absolutely amazing product. I mean, you get Phantasmal Flames, you get Mega Evolution Base, you get Destined Rivals, you get Journey Together, and you get Surging Sparks. I think the only bad pack that you get in this is Journey, and even that is not like that's not even the worst of Scarlet and Violet. In fact, that's like solid mid tier. So everything in this set is just banger after banger after banger. The promo is a Shinji Kanda Oricorio, which I mean, come on now. Do I even need to sell you on Shinji Kanda at this point? Obviously this set is gonna be this product is gonna be really good. However, the amount that it's printed does make me think that clearly Pokemon was anticipating for this product to be really highly valued and really sought after. So I'm excited to see what this does to the price. Does the Pokemon community, eat through product at the rate that we really think they do? Are Rip and Chippers going to absolutely demolish this product? Who knows? Personally, I'm hoping for release day for it to like drop a good amount, perhaps to MSRP. Who really knows? Are we ever going to see MSRP in this kind of market? I don't know. But right now it looks like pre-release is around 350. And keep in mind, guys, the only people that are allowed to list pre-release are verified card shops. So this does not signify the actual amount that actually exists. But really excited for this product and kind of curious what you guys think is going to happen with this. Personally, I'm not going to buy any until it actually comes out, but I will be honest, I'm probably willing to pay at least $200 to pick one of these up, even just a rip. I just want to open it and I want that Oricorio promo alongside the pack selection. It looks really, really sick. But let's go over Inferno X's actual set list and kind of talk about Phantasmal Flames as a set, because I do think it's a little lacking considering we didn't get that Mega Gengar, and I could even see the argument being made that Mega Evolutions is a little bit better. And so I think Inferno X just came out in Japan today or yesterday or something. And so you can see, it has some pretty fun IRs. This Ludicolo is actually pretty solid. I love Ludicolo. He's really good in VGC as well. If you don't know, I'm a VGC player, so he's one of my boys. Charcadet, I think, is one of the best, Gen 9 Pokemon, so that's solid. Piplup, a really, really solid Mon. I'm surprised it took this long for us to get a Flygon illustration rare. I think Flygon is a really popular Pokemon, and the fact that you can see Trapinch, Vibrava, and a bunch of other Pokemon in the background makes this so fun. Definitely going to be collecting that. Interesting Ambipom. But honestly, the set is a little small. It almost reminds me a bit of Obsidian Flames. Like it has some decent illustration rares, but the only thing you're really chasing is that Charizard, right? And don't get me wrong, this Charizard is phenomenal. I mean, it's better than the Obsidian Flames Charizard by a long shot. I generally don't think we've gotten a better Charizard card in all of Pokemon history. Yeah, I know Gen 1ers are going to yell at me and say, oh, base set Charizard, but I don't know, man. This clears anything we've ever had. I'm sorry. It's phenomenal, and I know it's going to be extremely expensive as soon as it comes out. I mean, I'm guessing at least $700 to $800 as a settling price for the English version. I think I'm probably gonna have to collect this in Japanese, honestly, just due to how sought after I assume it'll be. But yeah, it looks phenomenal. Really hoping that Pokemon just prints this set into the ground so we get a chance to buy it at a cheaper price. As I mentioned, the Oricorio promo by Shinji Kanda. I mean, this is beautiful. And although Oricorio is not the best Pokemon, it's not really my favorite. I love the way he draws the flames here, guys. Imagine if we had a Mega Charizard Shinji Kanda. I think people wouldn't actually like it that much, but I would love it. Definitely going to be collecting this card, and that's why I kind of want to buy the UPC. Gold Zard, I'm not a huge fan of this. It kind of looks like he's on Ozempic, but I understand a lot of people love the gold cards that are coming out with Mega, and I think these look a lot better than the old gold cards in any case. So excited for that. Um, I know a lot of people are shitting on this Rotom SIR. I actually really love it. The fact that you can see its other like lawnmower, oven form, and water form. These are actually the most viable competitively, which is funny. They didn't include the fan or the fridge form because they knew that nobody liked those forms. But I like how there's almost like a rainbow pattern around him. It's cool. And this Mega Sharpedo looks so sick. I always loved Mega Sharpedo as a kid, so excited to see that. I think the set has some really solid special illustration rares. So very excited for that. And we get a Dawn SIR, which is cool. I just wish she had Piplup next to her. I'm surprised they didn't include that, but solid SIR regardless. Although the set is pretty small, I still think it's very, very solid. I don't think anyone can deny that. A little confused why we didn't get the Mega Gengar, but maybe I understand they didn't want to release the Gengar in this set and save it for another one. Perhaps Mega Dream EX, but yeah, we'll talk about that soon. Now, in terms of my investing strategy for Phantasmal Flames, I'm not actually planning to put a ton of money down into it because, in my opinion, I think Pokemon is going to really print this into the ground as much as they can compared to other main sets we've gotten in the past. I think Pokemon now realizes that there is increased demand. I know there's this kind of like rumor, or at least I feel like it's said so much it feels like it's fact, but I don't know if it's true. But Pokemon tends to plan things out in like 10 months in advance, right? And so 10 months ago was kind of the start of this big bull market run. And so supposedly Pokemon has been knowing about the crazy market that we're in, and had Phantasmal Flames planned out by then. And so I'm guessing that this is going to be Mega Evolution and this set are probably sets that they knew were going to absolutely pop off because of the increased demand. And perhaps that's why they decided to pull the Gengar, because if you notice, there aren't really any ghost types SIRs here. I mean, we have a Rotom, but he's more of an electric type here. We have Mismagius, but Mismagius doesn't even have a Mega Evolution. She doesn't even get an illustration rare, which I'm a little bummed about. I love Mismagius, a Gen 4 Mon, but it's a little weird to me. I think they actually cut Gengar from this, if I'm being honest, because they thought it would be too much in my head. But in any case, I think, it's still going to be a pretty strong set, but personally, I'm not going to be buying a ton of it. I think I'm going to go the same kind of Mega Evolution route, just buy 2 boxes. I wasn't able to get the PC drop for any booster box, or even the PC ETB, actually. I got into the queue very late. I only got a bundle, which I'm probably going to rip anyway. So I'm going to have to buy the booster boxes at market price, which I'm not very happy about. And I think because of that, I'm just not going to buy too much of it. Genuinely, I think Mega Evolution onwards, I'm going to try and see if I can get things at MSRP just from drops here or there. And if not, I'm going to have to try and use my slabs that I'm grading to reduce my cost basis. If you guys don't know, I grade a lot of cards, and that's how I get a lot of my product at good prices, because I only spend, let's say, $50 on a card. It grades $150. I can then sell that at card shows to buy sealed product. That's typically how I operate, especially in this bull market where it's hard to get things at good prices. I think that's the best way to reduce your cost basis for a lot of things. But yeah, this is going to be hard to get in person, and personally, I would just wait. Hopefully, Pokemon increases their printing to another level. We'll see though. Now let's kind of move on to the next sets that are planned for Mega Evolution era. So it looks like the next Japanese set is going to be releasing in January with a Mega Gallade card. I'm not sure what set this is going to be called. Oh no, this is Mega Dream X. Okay, and I think this is also going to be featuring Mega Dragonite. So Mega Dragonite, Mega Gallade. There's also a new rarity called Mega Stone Mirror. This could be the new reverse holo style for the sets of Mega. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I am excited for this set. I think Mega Dragonite, I know a lot of people kind of clowned on it. I really like the design. I think it looks just as goofy as Dragonite does, so, I wasn't expecting too much there. I could see this one including the Gengar, Mega Gengar special illustration rare. We'll see, though. And then it does look like we're going to be getting some other sets, like Ninja Spinner, which is probably going to include Mega Greninja EX, which is going to be huge. Kind of curious what other Megas we get alongside that. And then Storm Emerald, featuring Mega Rayquaza, which that is going to be absolutely insane. If you don't know, Ancient Origins was one of the best sets of the XY era, and of course that featured a Mega Rayquaza full art that just looked absolutely insane. And of course, I think Mega Rayquaza is just one of the more popular Megas as well. And alongside that, if we get a Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon special illustration rare, I mean that would be a masterpiece. And then imagine, guys, imagine in that set they include the 3 Gen 3 starters with their Megas too, like Mega Blaziken, Mega Sceptile, and Mega Swampert. Special illustration rares? And illustration rares for all the Gen 3 starters? Oh my god. I mean, that would probably be the best set of the era, in my opinion. So I'm super excited for the Storm Emerald set. I think they have a chance to do kind of what they did with like Black Bolt and White Flare for Gen 3. Like an Alpha Ruby, or Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby kind of situation. I think that would be very cool to see. No idea if that's actually going to happen, though. That's just me doing some wishful thinking. I love Gen 3. It's a great gen. We'll see, though. Not too sure. And it looks like Abyss Eye is another one. Actually, that might be the Mega Gengar set. My bad. I could definitely see that being a thing. Mega Dream set sounds like Japan's annual high class set. Okay, so actually the Mega Dream is going to be more like a Terrestrial kind of shiny treasure. So maybe we'll see shiny Pokemon. Some shiny Pokemon in Mega Dream. Curious to see how that does. I think the specialty sets in Scarlet and Violet were absolutely insane. You had 151, you had Prismatic, you had Black Bolt, White Flare. And so I'm kind of curious to see how this one stacks against them. So this one is going to be like more of an ETB one, right? An only ETB set with Gallade and Dragonite. I don't think that's going to stand out too much in comparison to the other sets. I don't know if it's really worthy of being a specialty set, but it is what it is. But yeah, Abyss Eye, really excited for that. If I had to guess, I think it would probably include Gengar and Malamar. The Mega Malamar that just got recently announced. Not too sure though. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Personally, I'm kind of saving some capital because one, I do think that Pokemon is going to get their printing under control at some point soon. But even if that doesn't happen, I think by Gen 10, hype will at least have calmed down because people tend to not like the new Pokemon as much as the old ones. And this Mega Block is kind of just doing old Pokemon again. But in any case, I'm probably going to buy some Phantasmal Flames, but I'm actually more excited for Storm Emerald than anything. I think Mega Rayquaza EX is probably going to be the best set of Mega Evolutions, especially if they can contain some other Gen 3 starters and, Gen 3 legendaries. We'll see, though. That might just be my wishful thinking, as I said before. But let me know who guys are buying down in the comments below. How do you feel about the Mega Evolution era so far? Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.